Dawn here. Today I'm going to share with you how I do my eyebrows with Savvy Minerals by Young Living. So they have several choices to choose from to do your eyebrows with. They have Multitasker Dark, Multitasker Light, Multitasker Medium, Multitasker Tan, and Jet Setter. So there's a range there that has lots of different tones for blondes, brunettes, our jet black beauties. But for me, I'm super pale and I'm a ginger, so my mixture looks like this. And I'll tell you what I mix, what's in it. So I am a neutral skin tone, so that means I wear both the warm one and the cool one foundation. So both of those are in there to kind of match more of my skin tone, and then I add the Multitasker Dark to get it to the right level of darkness that I like, because I personally pick a more darker, bolder brow because I don't have any on a good day. So I like to, when I put them on, I want people to see them. And so also in that mixture, so it's warm one, cool one, Multitasker Dark. And when I first made that, it was a little bit ashy looking, a little bit gray. So I added Best Kept Secret, which is a matte eyeshadow that has some warmer undertones, and it made it what you see right now. So it took that gray out. So if you're having mixtures that you're making that just don't sit right, they have, I mean, you think you got everything in it, but you need that secret ingredient, try Best Kept Secret. That has worked well for me in mixing things just to add a little bit of depth. So what I'm gonna do is take my misting spray, spray it into my cap. I dip it in there and then I just kind of dab it on the sides to kind of get the extra moisture out. And then I'll just take, I'll show you, a little bit of, I don't know if this will show up. This brush already had some brow stuff on it because, you know, cleaning brushes is the pits. So anyway, then I just take my cap, I swirl it around, make kind of the consistency I want. So I was like a die-hard pomade girl before this, so when Young Living came out with this, I was like, come on, give me a pomade. I didn't know how to do my brows any other way, so I experimented, and this is actually how we make eyeliner as well with the minerals, is mixing it in the cap here so you can see. So I just basically do my own pomade because that's what I'm used to. That is where I'm comfortable. So there are those that do not like pomades. So feel free to go ahead and you can use the same shape technique and tips I'll give you, but you don't have to wet your powder down to make this paste pomade. That's just my personal favorite. I know for those like my mom, she does not like it. She would rather just take her powder, brush it through her brows because that's what she's used to. So that is kind of your personal preference, but for me, it's the wet brush. So let me get my mirror here where I can see. Okay, so I have a spoolie brush that I will brush through the brows, get them kind of where I want them, and then we're gonna go for it. So just getting the right amount on my brush, wiping the extra off, and then I'm gonna start on the bottom. So I don't start all the way in, I just kind of start towards the front, but not, because, well, I guess I should first start this. So where you want to start is you take, let me get a clean brush. Take this brush, and I'm going to just take the straight part of it, and you put it on the edge of your nose and go straight up. That is where your brow should start. Then, to know where your brow should arch, you take it on the edge of your nose again, and looking straight, you put it in the center of your pupil. So right there, that's where it should arch. And then the edge of your nose to the corner of your eye, that is where it should end. Now, my brows are not, I mean, I do follow those guidelines when I'm drawing them in, but my eyebrows are weird. Like, everyone's are weird. They're not even, they're not perfect, because, like, if you just want to know the truth, they're not even on the top. I don't know if this will show up on camera, but when I wear my glasses, one's higher than the other. So even though those are general guidelines, it's okay if your brows are not perfect. That's just kind of your general rule. So don't feel bad if your brows are crazy like mine. Anyway, our mixture got dry as I was babbling, so I'm gonna wet my brush again, get it ready how I did before. So like I said, I like to start at the bottom of my brow, and then I'm just gonna make what I call the tail. And then as I'm coming back up from said tail, I kind of go up the top. So when I'm doing this, I'm going bottom, and then as I come back up, I'm doing the top. So it's kind of like a V. And then I'll fill in the center later, but I kind of just want to get my outline first. So then on this eyebrow, it's a little more sparse here than this one is. So I come in a little bit further than I will this one. But, I mean, that's just because I have a weird front of my eyebrow. It likes to fan out. So if any of you have that problem, you know what I'm talking about. So then to fill in that without getting like a block brow, I'll take like the angled part, this side over here, and I will just kind of flick up and make hair-like strokes. And then I'm gonna let it dry because I don't wanna start brushing through this and get it all muddled down my face. So let that dry, we'll come back and tweak it. So moving on to the next one, we're going to brush it again. And this one is my treble brow, okay? It's the one that's not shaped just the way the other one is. I guess technically I could have said that about the other side, but we all have that one brow, or one eyelash, or one eyelash's side of the eye, you know what I meant. So making my tail, coming back up. Looks like I got a little bit of a point there on accident, so Q-tips to the rescue. Take that point off, come back in. Now on this one, it's fuller in the front, so I'm not gonna come all the way in. I do want some little bit right underneath, but I won't go all the way in on the top. This is what it looks like before I brush through it. So these are gonna dry for a sec. Seeing like this one is not as pointed as I like, and that one is, so I'll go in and fix that too. So let's just do that right now. Yeah, I think this one, this side, the tail is harder for me to achieve, the tail I want. And the other side, it's hard to achieve the front like I like it. So it's like I got half and half. So while those are kind of drying, I'm gonna fix what I had to take off. So the same principles can be applied. If you're just going to use a dry powder, you can still use this same shape technique. Just whatever your medium is, you can still follow the same rules as I'm doing right now. So let's just brush through these. And I start at the front and kind of feather that up because I don't want a whole bunch of product there. That's why I faded it in instead of putting a whole bunch right there. But we still want to make sure it blends softly. And then I'll just brush it through, make sure I don't have any holes. So like, I don't know if you can see this on camera, so I'm gonna get really close, but right here, there's a little bit of a lighter spot that I don't want, because if I accidentally touch my eyebrow in the day and move that hair, then it's gonna look like I have a hole. So we're checking for potholes, ladies. Okay, then we're gonna brush up a little bit, and right there is a hole. So we're gonna fix that. Brush these hairs back down. Okay, that's pretty close. So then over here, we're gonna do the same thing. And this one is also more pointed, then this one is more square in the front. So I do try and fix that a little bit. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. My brows have a mind of their own. We just work with it. And that's what bangs are for too. If you can't get your eyebrows the way you want them, just pull your bangs down, it's fine. Okay, so we're gonna check this one. Looks pretty good. This one, need to fix right here. Let me get my little mirror out where I can actually see. Okay, so we need a little bit more in the front of this one to make them match. Cool. Pretty symmetrical. And then at the end, like before I knew kind of where mine needed to be just by eyeballing them, I would go and just measure. All right, this one's good. Arch and end. All right, we're good. But somehow this one always seems shorter than the other one. But that's also because they're like this. So sometimes even though it is ending in the right spot, it doesn't look even compared to the other one. So I will go ahead and bring this tail just a little bit further down. It's an optical illusion like all makeup is. So that's about it. So this goes a lot faster when I'm not trying to film and explain everything. I can get this down pretty quick. When I first started, it took a little bit for me to learn the right consistency to not get it too wet or too dry. But just play with it because it's pretty fun to do, and always feel a sense of accomplishment when I'm messing with my Savvy Minerals and have a breakthrough. So this is one of those things for me. So if you have any questions, please let me know. Message me, text me. That's kind of the same thing. Comment below. I hope you enjoyed it. See you soon. My little thing won't shut off.